Welcome to 1on1 with Jomara. Our guest this morning is Lieutenant Colonel Erick Castro, and he is the commander of the 71st Support Squadron at Vance Air Force Base. Did I say that correctly?
Almost. Force Support Squadron.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. He is here to talk to us about cars and coffee.
Yes.
Very interesting topic. I love coffee. I'm not so sure about cars. I know I need cars, right? But I love coffee. Colonel Castro, tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand you're a graduate from Virginia Tech, and how did you end up at Vance Air Force Base?
Yes, so I did graduate from Virginia Tech, December of 1997, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Also got a minor in leadership through the Virginia Tech Corps Cadets there as well. So I came to Vance as my follow-on assignment previous to my previous one, which was at the State Department, working in the Arms Control Bureau there. I was selected to become a squadron commander. So they went through the process. I was selected to take the command here at Vance, and I arrived in July of 2015.
Wow, so you've been here a little over a year.
Yeah, a year and a couple months now.
Well, nice. Are you liking Enid?
I do, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice change of pace from the DC world and lifestyle. Traffic is definitely better in DC. Cost of living is a lot nicer here. So yeah, I like it. It's great for families. So.
Well, great, great. Now let's talk about coffee and cars. What is the main purpose of this event?
So the bottom line is basically it's an event to provide a venue for enthusiasts of all things motorized. It's called Cars and Coffee, but it's cars, bikes, trucks, specialty vehicles, anything basically with a motor or motors and wheels. And so people can come together, you know, and kind of basically check out each other's rides and see what they got, you know, talk about, hey, what did you do to your car or your truck or your bike? And oh yeah, I got this going on. Or people tend to bring out historic or vintage cars, a lot of muscle or classics, and then even the newer stuff, you know. Like there's a big tuner scene, so people like to modify their cars, and people are interested in that. Motorcycles, trucks, everything else. So, and you got the specialty vehicles, like those trikes, the Can-Am type of vehicles. So those are always topics of interest. And again, it's just a place for enthusiasts to come together and have a good time and have some coffee.
And have some coffee, very important. Now, is this the first time that an event of this like has been celebrated or
yes,
at Vance?
To my knowledge, yes. And I say that because one, we finally now have a coffee shop at our base, which we've not had before. And as I understand, as I kind of pulled around through people that have been on base for a little while, they've tried before, but it just, for whatever reason, hasn't happened. And so now that we have a coffee shop, and there's a lot of different enthusiasts across the base, and we also invited the local community to some degree. Yeah, we put it together, and it's going to happen this Saturday.
Very nice. Now let's go to that. It's going to be happening this Saturday. What's the time? Is there a cost for this event? How can people access the base?
Sure. So it happens this Saturday, 8 October. The event itself is from 8 in the morning, excuse me, to 11 a.m. There's no cost to this. So there's no entry fee, no admission, no charge like that. As far as access to the base, you know, it is an Air Force base and it's a federal and military installation. So access is restricted, of course. When we put out the invites to different areas and different people, we ask them for their information ahead of time so that we can run the proper security checks and make sure everything's good to go. And then if everything's fine, then you're free to come on base. You'll be put on an entry authorized list and allowed to access the base.
Now, when you say ahead, how many hours do they have? Is there a limit of time? Can they call Friday or the same Saturday?
Typically, no. I would say typically no.
Okay.
I mean, there might be exceptions, of course, but we try to ask for at least 72 hours in advance. So as of this morning, we're right at that time, pretty much, to try to get your name and information. Because our folks, they need a little bit of time to do their processes and get through that. And if there are any issues that pop up, have some time to try to resolve those.
Okay.
So.
And when they call the event coordinator or your contact person, Will she let them know what to bring and what not to bring? Because I understand being a military installation, there's some restrictions and people may not be aware, arms or I'm not sure what other things are not permitted.
Correct, yes. I mean, typically you don't want to bring things that, you don't, at a restricted area like a show, for example, you don't want to bring any firearms, things like that. But, for the most part, you can bring yourself. If you need to bring lawn chairs, some water or something like that, that's perfectly fine. So.
Well, good. It sounds like a fun event and free of cost, and another great opportunity to get to know the Vance Air Force Base community.
Absolutely, yes. It's part of the reason we also extended it to some of the enthusiast communities out in the local community is to kind of showcase Vance a little bit. Hey, we have a coffee shop on base, and this is what we do. This is what our base looks like. So yeah, come on out and have some fun.
Just before we go, can you tell us what you do when you're not thinking about coffee and cars?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So as you know, I'm the commander of one of the squadrons. They're the Force Support Squadron commander, and so my particular squadron does everything that touches people, everything that's HR, human resources related to the base, all the way to what we call services activities, things that affect the morale, welfare, and recreation. So, for example, I have oversight of a lodging or a hotel operation, a club, a daycare.
Oh, wow.
A teen and youth center, an education center. I have a flight called the Airman and Family Readiness Flight, and they take care of the family piece. So if I have somebody that from the base that deploys out, we look after the families. If families need assistance, we help them out. Financial management, we have grants and loans we can help them out with. My tagline basically for the squadron right now is from diapers to deployments and everything in between. We take care of that.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for all you do, Colonel Castro, and thank you for visiting with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Again, this event is happening on Saturday, Cars and Coffee. So you can contact the number on the screen or the email address on the screen. And again, the event is free of charge from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., October 8th, this Saturday. Thanks again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching 1on1 with Jomara.